guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of SeaBed. So, let's jump right back in. I found a cute guest on the way here. Kozue entered the room after Mayuko. She was wearing a light green one-piece dress. Great find, Mayuko! I stood up and pulled back the chair next to me. This is your seat, Kozue! She walked over to the table with small steps. I'm glad you actually considered my suggestion! About the dress or coming here? The dress, of course! You left it in the changing room, didn't you? I still wasn't sure if you'd wear it. Yeah, it looks great on you. Seems like I picked out just the right size. Where did you get it? It's a present from Mayuko and me. Oh, excuse me. Mayuko placed a wooden bowl of potato salad and some plates on the table. After she finished lining them up, she walked over to the empty seat opposite of Kozue, placed her hand on the lid of the pot and sat down. Okay then, I'm opening it. A wisp of white steam escaped from the pot as its lid was removed. However, even after the steam dissipated, the inside of the pot remained white. Is this a stew? So your special curry was actually a stew. Everyone's picking on me! I clung to Mayuko's sleeve as she grabbed a ladle and began serving the stew to everyone. I'm sorry. The curry was a failure, so we had to make some last-minute changes and ended up with a stew. How does curry turn into stew? Kozue asked. It does that when you sacrifice your morning cereal for burning the pot. I see. Here, this one is for Kozue. Mayuko handed me Kozue's soup bowl. I took it and placed it in front of her. What kind of meeting is this anyway? It's a Christmas party! Didn't you see the tree on the invitation card? The only thing reminding me of Christmas right now is your pair of red socks. Why do people put presents into red socks anyway? 3 girls were about to be sold off into slavery, so Santa prepared the gold to save them. But when he threw it into the chimney, it all ended up in the socks that were hung above the fireplace, apparently. Well, would you look at that? We happen to have 3 young ladies here as well. Mayuko, Sanae, and Kozue. Maybe there's some gold in one of your socks, too. That story sounds fishy as hell. Hey, I read it in a book. Mayuko finished handing out the stew to everyone and sat down in her seat. Let's eat it while it's still warm. Time to dig in! I placed my palms together. Sanae did the same a moment later, while Kozue just mumbled something under her breath. Oh, it came out pretty well after all, said Mayuko after trying a spoonful. It tastes good, said Sanae. Kozue blew some air on her spoon to cool the stew down, and then ate it. It would have felt more like Christmas if it was curry, though. Whoops. It would have felt a little more like Christmas if it was curry, though, I said to Kozue. Kozue narrowed her eyes. Why? Stew feels like a winter dish to me, while curry is more fitting for summer, in my opinion. Kozue nodded in response to Mayuko's words. I agree. What about you, Sanae? Sanae looked up in response to having been addressed, still chewing on a carrot. Stews for winter, I suppose. So you were only saying that because you liked curry, Takako? I feel like a foreigner all of a sudden. I sliced the soft, steamed potato in half with my spoon, then put it in my mouth alongside a small portion of stew. After we got rid of all the dishes, the only thing left on the table was a lone pencil holder. It was filled with pencils of various length and age. Mayuko took a red pencil out of it. The empty space this created was then promptly filled up by other pencils, making the whole thing even more unstable. The purple one's next, Takako. I'm not sure if it's even possible at this point. I grabbed the purple pencil and swiftly pulled it out. Losing their support, the pencils fell and scattered across the table. I lost again! It's because you're doing it too fast, said Sanai. The grandfather clock in the lobby struck the hour. Excuse me for a bit. I stood up and left the room. I returned, now dressed in a red coat, pants, and hat, plus a white beard. Merry Christmas! Kozue jumped up as I threw the door open. She was the first one to see me. Have all of you been good kids this year? I met Sanai's silent gaze. If it isn't Miss Sanai, you were very good this year. Here, have this. I pulled out a book from my white bag and handed it to her. It was covered in a wrapping decorated with a flower design. Thank you very much. I turned to Kozue next. Next up on the list would be Kozue. You were a little naughty this year, especially concerning your treatment of Miss Takako. Yeah, whatever. Just get it over with already. I handed her a red bag with a big ribbon. Be a nice girl next year, okay? Thanks. After we finished playing cards, Mayuko left to make some tea. Upon returning, she placed a cup in front of each of us. She also brought a double dessert plate with chocolate on it. Excuse me. As well as another small plate with some stretched dango covered in soy flour. Those are so nostalgic, Sanai remarked. I made them myself. Are those the only Japanese sweets we're getting today? I'll happily eat your share if you don't want them. I'm not giving them away. A wisp of steam billowed from the hot tea. Before we knew it, the purple of the sky had shifted into the deep and dark hue of the night. Sanai, who had never been too talkative to begin with, fell completely silent. She was simply swaying back and forth in her chair. I could see the silhouette of a massive tree beyond the window. I think it's about time I turn them on. Yes, please! Sanai's gaze followed Mayuko's back as she left the room. Sanai, look outside! Kozue, are you still awake? I'm not sleeping. Okay. I switched off the lights. Darkness enveloped the room, the faint glow of the stars its only source of light. Oh my god, Takako! I narrowed my eyes, trying to get used to the dark, yet before I had the time to do that, a warm light reached me from outside. Countless orbs of light drifted in the air. Kozue approached the window and looked outside. Is that a Christmas tree? Sanai asked. The camphor tree has lights on it. I heard the door open behind us, and Mayuko entered the room. How does it look? It's beautiful! Though, maybe we should have brought more lights. That looks plenty to me. The blinking lights of the camphor tree illuminated all of us, Kozue by the window, Sanai in her chair, as well as Mayuko and myself chatting by the door. That is such beautiful, imagery. The Christmas party continued even after the clock had struck 10. After admiring the bright lights of the tree, we returned to our seats and spent the rest of the time talking over cups of tea. As the clock struck the hour again, Mayuko suggested calling it a night and sent Sanai back to her room. Sanai wanted to stay up with the cleaning, and help with the cleaning, but Mayuko wouldn't hear it. Meanwhile, Kozue had fallen completely silent by 9:30. Her eyes looked even more drowsy than usual. When Mayuko told us to wrap things up, she silently stood up and left the room, just like that. With no one left to talk to, I had no choice but to help Mayuko clean up. Mayuko tried refusing my help again, but I ignored her. I placed the remaining glasses on the tray and carried them to the kitchen. Even during the party, Mayuko kept carrying out plates as we cleared them, so right now the only things left were a few glasses and a plate with some snacks. Is this all? I asked Mayuko as I placed the glasses into the sink. Yes. Feel free to return to your room and have some rest. What about you? I'll go back to my room as soon as I'm finished washing these glasses. Mayuko turned the handle of the water tap and began polishing one of the glasses in the sink, or as the sink gradually filled up. I'll return to the night duty room then. What? Are you planning to sleep there again? I worked so hard today. I have no energy left to climb the stairs. Mayuko turned the water tap handle in the opposite direction once the sink had completely filled up. I suppose it cannot be helped then. Yup, anyway, I'm off. See you. After getting permission to sleep in the night duty room, I left the kitchen. I doubt I'll be late. See, I messed up. I doubt I'll be late, but feel free to go to sleep before me, said Mayuko as I left. I gave her my reply and continued outside. Upon entering the dark night duty room, I flipped the light switch. I unfolded the foldable table by the wall and placed it in the center of the room. As I sat down in my usual spot, I noticed two folded up futons in the corner. I stood up, picked them up, and placed them somewhat closer to the table. After that, I sat down in front of the table and rested my head in my arms. I let all the energy leave my body like air escaping an inflatable boat. I must have been even more tired than I thought. I closed my eyes. I remained still for a while, my mind empty of thoughts. Soon enough, I realized I'd lost track of time. My body felt heavy as lead. Nonetheless, I mustered all the strength I could and slowly pushed myself away from the table. I rose to my feet and staggered awkwardly toward the cupboard like some robot from an old movie. I opened its glass door and took out my notebook. Finally, I sat back down on the futon. The only thing on the notebook's leather cover was the name of its manufacturer. Mayuko said it was sent to me by an anonymous letter. Or in an anonymous letter. However, that still meant someone had sent it. I opened it and took out my bookmark. I read it little by little whenever I had time, and by now, the stack of pages on the right had grown thicker than the pages on the left. What I read so far was basically a diary about my childhood. November 7th, 1981. Today we visited an aquarium as part of a field trip. We boarded the bus at the entrance of the school, drove down the streets, and after a dozen or so minutes spent on the highway next to the sea, reached the official border of the town. Since there were no other aquariums close by, most of the other kids had already been to it with their families. Nonetheless, Takako happily discussed all the fish she loved with everyone she could. I love aquariums, especially the electric eels. They have eels here? They're in the hall after the corridor with the marinated oarfish. That thing was amazing too. It was long enough to reach the ceiling of our gym. Was it that big? The noisy chatter of the students filled the bus. I glanced out the window to see the sea beyond the breakwater along the highway. The water sparkled as it reflected the rising sun. The teacher told everyone to keep it down, and the noise disappeared for a few moments, only to start up again a bit later. To enter the aquarium, we had to pass through the spinning tetrapod-looking thing one by one. It grew dimmer inside as I walked down the corridor, and the amount of water tanks on each side increased too. Below, there were bright panels with the names of fish and brief descriptions of their habitats. I spent some time staring at the beautiful corals inside, but couldn't find a single fish. Looking at the panel, I saw an introduction on a translucent shrimp. I looked at the tank again and spotted something akin to a permeable tentacle behind the red corals. I quit reading for a moment and rubbed my eyes. I felt pain behind my eyes, just like the first time I read the diary, but it was no longer as intense as before. As the pain passed, I returned my eyes to the notebook. I felt the memories of the aquarium come alive in my mind. We were playing Shiritori in the back of the bus with Sachiko. After we got to the actual aquarium, I spent most of my time looking at fish I liked with Sachiko. The diary was written from Sachiko's perspective, though. I gave the script a hard look. It seemed somewhat rushed. The letters weren't perfectly aligned and were of uneven sizes. The shape, however, was perfect, almost like they were printed. What I found disconcerting was that this obviously wasn't Sachiko's handwriting. It bore some level of familiarity, but Sachiko's handwriting reflected her calm and practical personality. I'd never seen her misalign her letters like this. Meanwhile, the letters here felt dynamic, energetic. Placing a finger on the current page, I flipped to the very end of the notebook. Its final pages were empty without any information that would hint at who wrote it or why. And there was one more thing that bothered me. The dates in the diary were all over the place. I flipped through a couple of pages and checked the dates. Subsequent entries would occasionally be years apart, others even moved to the past. It felt completely random. The most likely explanation was that someone had Sachiko tell stories and write them down, but that didn't explain why the book was sent to me, and anonymously to boot. I stretched my neck and arms to avoid cramping up in this position. Blind guesses wouldn't get me any closer to the answer. I decided to continue reading. Let's go see the electric eels! Takako pulled me by the sleeve. After following the tunnel for a while, we ended up in a wide space with no roof. In the center, there was a big curved pool that currently seemed to be in use for the sea lion and penguin show. Most of the students stopped there to look at the sea lion playing with a ball, but Takako said we could always check that out later, and continued to another corridor with cheerful music played in the background. It grew dark again, and I felt cold. The amount of water tanks seemed to have decreased in number. Takako led the way with confident steps. As the road curved around and the corridor grew even narrower, I spotted the marinated oarfish in a huge rectangular tank. It's huge, isn't it? Feels almost like it grew bigger since last time. Yeah, right? The washed-out giant had cavities for eyes and looked quite creepy with its sharp teeth poking out from its half-open mouth. This thing could make a small child cry. I visited this place when I was small and I never found it scary. Is that so? Oh, look at the babies! We passed through the large door at the end of the corridor and found ourselves in a spacious cylindrical-shaped hall. It seemed about 20 meters in diameter and had a stairwell of seats in the middle that looked like a pyramid. Aquariums loomed embedded in the walls of the room at uniform distance from each other, circling around the seats. Animals inside looked down on the audience with indifferent eyes. The walls themselves were covered with black paint, making them almost impossible to make out in the dim lighting. Only the insides of the aquariums glowed illuminated by a faint light. Takako, mumbling something about the usual place, headed straight ahead and took a seat at the center of the pyramid. The electric eel tank stood right in front of us. Beep! The show in the hall is scheduled to begin at 10:30. After looking around a bit, I spotted a digital clock above one of the tanks. Beep! The speakers turned on again. It is time to begin the show. Please direct your attention to the aquarium with the lights. It was the one with an octopus. A translucent bottle seemed to fall inside it from the top. It came with a cap you had to turn in order to release the feed inside. The octopus caught the bottle in one of its tentacles, placed its sucker on the cap, and slowly open melting to access its meal. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!